Good afternoon and welcome to the Leigh Sports Village for the kick-off to the 2016 season. It's just a small matter of a derby match. It's Leigh against Wigan. It's just how we like to start the season, and it's a delight to be back bringing you coverage via Leigh Centurions TV and also via mixler.com/Leigh Centurions. I'm your host Dave Parkinson. I'm joined by co-commentators today, Joe Wood. Hello Joe.
Hello Dave, glad to be back on this snowbound occasion.
I'm joined by Rob Leigh.
Hello, again, like Joe, I'm looking forward to this one. It's going to be a fantastic match in these snowy conditions.
And Kieran Makin.
Good afternoon, one and all, and yeah, it's a pleasure to be back. It feels like it's been an age really. It's good to see Joe again. Not you, Dave.
Oh, cheers, thanks.
Started to mean to go on, Kieran.
There's an old saying, don't upset the main man.
Well, he's only just finished his dinner, that's why.
That's true, yeah. He's rushed.
A bit cranky because I was hungry.
He's rushed in from work, folks. So, our two sides have been named, but just got to go through a couple of formalities first of all. We will be pausing for a minute's applause as we remember Tommy Sale, MBE, who sadly passed away a few days ago. The town came to a standstill on Friday with his funeral. There was many hundreds in attendance, and we will observe that minute's applause for what for me is the greatest Leither that has lived. And we've also got a couple of mascots today, starting with 10-year-old Adam Bluesome. He's come all the way from Kent. I know his mum listens to us regularly via Mixler and watches on Leigh Centurions TV. And we've got Amy Leah Highton as well.
Very good, welcome to both the mascots, we say Dave, and it's a great honour, I suppose, for both of them, especially Adam's mum lives in the sunny side of the country, isn't it, Kent?
It is, it's meant to be so. It's probably sunnier than it is here anyway.
Well, yeah.
So
getting some sun off the floodlights. It feels like the sun's looking down on us with those floodlights in full blaze.
I feel like I'm getting a bit of a tan anyway, put it that way. Right, who wants to start and give us the teams?
Well, I'll start with the Leigh squad, if you want to say, because his name, I think it's 23 players he's going to be using. So we're starting with number 1, Greg McNally. Number 2, Adam Hickson. Number 3, Greg Worthington. Number 4, Willie Tonga. Welcome to Willie. Number 5, it'll be Liam Kay. Half-back pairing of number 6, Martin Ridyard, with again one of our new signings, 23, the illustrious Rangi Chase. The front row will be number 8, Fui Fui Moi Moi, number 14, Mickey Iam, and number 12, Gareth Hawk. He'll be packing down in the front row against his former teammates. Second row pairing of Harrison Hanson, again welcome to Harrison, and 21, Andrew Dixon. Backing down at loose forward will be number 13, Corey Patterson, another new player to our ranks. And the substitutes, Mene is number 9, Bob Bezic. Number 10, Dane Weston, another one of our new signings. Number 15, Jonathan Pownall. Number 18, Tom Spencer. Number 24, Tom Armstrong. Number 19, Lewis Foster. Number 17, Jamie Acton. Number 16, Rene Matua. He's another new player. 20, Sam Hopkins. And finally bringing up the last one is number 25, Ezzy Harper, who's got a full-time contract from our now disorganised or defunct reserve team.
Thanks for that. And Rob, do you want to give us the Wigan team?
I will give you the Wigan team. At full back at number 1 is Lewis Teeney. On the wing is number 2, Josh Chanley. Inside him is number 22 and his centre Anthony Gelling. On the other side of the pitch we've got Liam Marshall playing number 5 on the wing, and his centre is number 3, Oliver Gildart. Stand-off is number 6, Nick Gregson, and his scrum half partner for today is number 7, Sam Powell. Prop is the all too familiar figure of number 8, Ben Flower. The hooker is number 9, Luke Waterworth. Prop is number 10 and Kieran's friend Joe Bretherton. In the second row we have number 12, Macaulay Davis, and number 23, a new signing, Willie Isa. The loose forward in number 13 is Talima Tawatai. The substitutes for the Wigan Warriors today, number 21, Josh Ganson. Number 15, Lee Mossop. Number 16, Ryan Sutton. And number 17, Jack Wells. Number 19, Kyle Shelford. Number 14, Gabriel Fell. And number 20, Liam Paisley. A very young squad there, I have to say, for the Wigan Warriors.
Well, yeah, I was going to say that Kieran is well known to some of these Wigan juniors. So, come on, Kieran, enlighten us with some of these players.
Well, Joe Brereton, he's very tall. You can see him there, number 10. He's quite a tall. He's always been tall. I think he's got something daft like size 12 or 14 shoes or something like that. So,
Crikey, there's no chance of him blowing away in a breeze.
I think he hit puberty about 6 years before any of us did. So it was like, he's a big lad though, and he's a hard runner. But he's quite a feisty character. I know that he when playing for the under-19s, he got sent off and he had a 5-game ban, and he got back just in time for the grand final. So he's
So what we're going to do now is we'll just pause for this minute's applause in memory of the great Tommy Sale, MBE, and we'll be back with full match coverage afterwards.
Tommy was the single biggest influence on the history of the club, and his involvement with Leigh stretched back an incredible 90 years. Tommy was determined to reach his century, but just missed out on the weak figures. But his family had determined that today's day was a happy occasion, as Tommy would not have wanted it any other way. One thing's for sure, Leigh Rugby Club will never be the same again. Members of his family will join the players and officials, and on the signals of the referee's whistle, we will ask you to observe 1 minute's applause in memory of Tommy Sale, MBE.
So I would say normally under these circumstances, perfectly observed minute, but it was a perfectly observed minute of applause. You don't get much better than that, and that's for you, Tommy, wherever you're listening to us from.
Yeah, he'll be looking down with anticipation on this. As he said, it was only a friendly, but as we all know, there's no such thing as a friendly in a rugby field, especially between the local rivals, Leigh and Wigan. But Dan Taylor's going to blow the whistle, and I'm going to press my button on the trusted stopwatch.
Stopwatch is away, so too is the game as Wigan kick off down to Leigh. Leigh will play towards the south stand in the first half, and straight away I think that's Fui Mai underneath that. You couldn't miss him really, could you? I know it's been a few months, but flipping heck. Harrison Hansen down the right hand side, brushing his way past that 20 metre line. Wrestled to the turf by 2 Wigan players. Hyam tosses it to the middle, and Rangi Chase then passes it back, looking for the running of Patterson.
Well met as well in defence of Patterson, because he's a big figure and you want to close him down quick.
Very big unit. Here's another one. Gareth Hock steaming his way forward. Just over the 30 metre line, Leigh now. Putting the play down the left hand side. Patterson linking with Ridyard. Ridyard onto McNally, out to Liam Kay. Kay bounces through the challenge of youngster Liam Marshall. Sets off on a run for the middle. Tackled about 30 metres away from the Wigan line. 20 metres in from the left touch line. Last tackle has been reached. Ben Thaler has his arm aloft as Chase hoists the ball high in centre field. Tierney comes for it, misses it altogether. Leigh contests it, but it ends up in the arms there.
I think that's just shown the intent already from Leigh. You know, they're not afraid to spin it wide, and you know, well played though, well marshalled. Lewis Tierney again, you know, doesn't look 100% under them high balls. and I think Leigh Centurions are going to target that all match.
I think so, Rob, as I don't know if anybody knows what Lewis Teeney's position is for sure, because they've got Lewis Teeney and Rocky Hampshire. He's gone on loan for, is it Dewsbury's gone for?
No, he's gone to Castleford, and in his first friendly, I know I'm going to get corrected by this by one of my friends. I think he scored a hat trick and set up 2, or he scored 2 and set up 3 or something like that. But he was very impressive in his first match over in Castleford.
Leigh now in possession, 20 metres away from their own line. It's in the arms of Higson, who's tracked over from his right wing to the left-hand side of the field. We apologise if you are picking up a few gremlins on the lines. It is our first game of the season, like everything else. And that was a good half burst down the field by Patterson up to the 40-metre line. Hyams away in midfield, up towards the halfway line now.
McNally again picking up where he left off last season, always running them support lines. Patterson couldn't quite get the ball away to him.
Chase, lovely ball down the right hand side, links with Ridyard. It's all the way out now to Higson. Higson cutting in from his line. Lovely little ball there from Greg Worthington as well. Was a bit of an unsung hero last season, really, at Leigh.
He was, yeah. He didn't.
Mistake coming in there from Rangi Chase. Ball came to him on the last tackle, and to be fair, I'm going to give a big credit there to the Wigan player who came up ready to make the tackle. Exactly, I think it was Waterworth, wasn't it?
Yeah, he rushed up as fast as he could and got in Rangi Chase's eye line, and it doesn't matter how good you are as a professional, if somebody gets into your eye line, it always takes your eyes off the ball. As they say as a coach, don't take your eye off the ball. If somebody that big's coming at you, you do have a quick look at who's coming for you.
Yeah, that's true. So Wigan resplendent in the lime green, are we calling that, Dave?
It is lime green.
Whether that's their away strip or just a strip for...
I think it's the third strip this year.
Third strip?
I think they're taking after Catalan did last year, where teams are starting to bring out 3. But I think it's more if the snow comes down heavy, they'll still be able to see each other.
Quick hands here out. Good cover there, Willie Tonga. Liam Kay got sucked in, but Willie was quick to take number 5, Liam Marshall, who's actually playing on the right wing. He's got number 5 on. But Josh Charlie's been told he has to play on the left wing, I'm being led to believe, with Don Manfredi taking the right wing slot, with and that's the first mistake by Greg McNally. He was going to pass the ball inside and then change his mind and pass it outside, but the Leigh player, I think it was Adam Higson, had come back on the inside, so the ball went to the invisible man. Nobody there, and an easy try for Wigan right on the corner flag.
He did go to ground, and Charlie was fastest to dive on it and
to react. Yeah, but a mistake by Greg, as we'll accept that.
And to be fair, Josh Charlie doesn't need much invitation to get over the line, does he?
Never. He never needs it. I've got to admit though, he's looking in better trim and better shape than he did last year. I thought he was a bit too big last year to be messing around on the wing and didn't quite have the pace, but this year he looks like he's trimmed himself up a bit, and hopefully we'll be back to that form that he had mid-season in 2014 when he came back and scored 5 tries against Widnes.
Yeah, he had a poor season last year with injuries and, as you say, loss of form. Probably did carry a bit too much weight for Sean Wayne, so I think he was told get his act together. And I read an article in the paper the other day that he was really upset by his form last season, and he's looking forward to this new season, as you say, Rob. He's the first try in this friendly. So, as Rob alluded to before, Leigh Centurions are not scared of throwing the ball about, and as we said about this Lewis Tierney, he's not a full back, I don't think, so hopefully we can test that out, kicking the ball up. A mistake there, so we'll accept that first 4 points against us. We're just saying, Dave, who do you think that is? Is that Powell who's kicking goal? Rob, is that Powell? You should know.
I'm trying to look at the players who are closer than us and then trying to figure it out. But it does look like Sam Powell kicking the goals. And it's something Sean Wayne has been speaking about in the off season. He's actually going to find who's going to be the best goal kicker for Wigan. As sometimes Matty Smith isn't 100% accurate. Something like Ryan Hampshire.
And a woeful effort there. We're saying that was Sam Powell. I think that has always been a problem for Wigan, because Matty Smith can be 6 out of 6, and then the next time probably 1 out of 6 can be really inconsistent. So it's always points on the board, isn't it? So at the moment it's Leigh Centurions 0, Wigan Warriors 4. With that conversion missed.
They've always had the big kickers at Wigan. They've always had the likes of Pat Richards. Not too long ago had a very good hit record. Andy Farrell and stuff like that. And it's what Wigan are lacking. They're lacking someone who will take charge and do the goal kicking. And I think at the moment they're still lacking a 6 who will take charge on the field and drag the players in.
Yeah, because they've got the young lad at 6, haven't they?
Yeah, Joe Bretherton attracts 2 to take him down.
So now it's Flower getting beyond the 20-metre line for the Wigan side. Waterworth dashes into dummy half. He'll come down the right-hand side and picks up former Widnes player Willie Iser. Been very good in the pack for the last couple of years for the Vikings. Now Talima Tautai coming through the middle, getting up to the 40-metre line. Last tackle has been reached. Kick comes in down the ground.
Poor kick though.
Taken in by Liam Kay. Kay rumbled to the deck.
No, that's a better return. That Liam Kay, he's thought of how solid it wants to be. I thought Dixon was just going to get dragged into touch then by Gelling. I was maybe looking for the penalty there, but Hock drives it in well and he's met by 3 fluorescent green Wigan players.
So Hyam passes to the middle. That's where Patterson waits, and that's where the trap was sprung on him. 3 Wigan players closed him down. Play the ball comes in. It's sent down the right-hand side to Chase again. Chase dabs it over the top. It's a deep kick, fielded by Tierney. Tierney cuts inside, then links with Charnley. Charlie now straightens up. He'll make it beyond the 20, and just a bit beyond further. Chase was all over the top, lucky not to get penalised. As Tierney takes the drive and picks up about 7 or 8 metres.
I think Leigh are trying to slow the play of the ball down as legal as they can, so that's one thing that we know that Wigan like. Well, it's like we do too, but
I think it's the old cliche: you want fast ball in attack, but you want slow ball in defence. Give yourself that time to get back.
So the kick comes in now to complete that set from Wigan and Nick Gregson. McNally scoops it up, collects it, runs it 15 metres from his own line. And plays that ball, and Leigh concentrate play down that right hand side now. Higson wrapped up, but it takes 3 of them to do it. So Centurions still in possession. Hock passes in field, and now Moi charges through. Little offload coming from Rangi Chase. No look pass, but it was a forward one from Patterson to Dixon.
Yeah, I think it was just.
I think
forward.
we were just online with that one, but we could tell.
Yeah, even though the North Stand didn't like it, but yeah, I think it was.
The greatest referees are always the end on stands, that I've noticed. I think a bit like everybody else on the pitch. There's technical gremlins here, there, and everywhere at the minute. It is the start of the season.
It is the start, as we've got our coaching staff situated just to our right, but the wiring seems to, as you said, Rob, got a bit damp or a bit cold. And ours aren't working now, so yeah, we're starting off the season with a bang.
Gremlins. Wigan in possession, just over the halfway line. They're not starting with any gremlins. They're 4-0 to the good. And that was Flower with the charge, 35 metres away, but that was a forward pass down the right-hand side. Tierney somehow scooted through a gap. It's out on this right-hand side. They're going to score again here, Wigan. And over they go, sailing over Liam Marshall. But there was definitely a forward pass in the build-up.
Yeah, definitely.
There was definitely a shout from our right for a forward pass as well. So I won't be disheartened by that try if you concede to a forward pass. There's nothing that you can do, and when some of your players will stop, but you've got to play to the whistle. But Wigan at the minute 8-0 up. And Leigh, what they've got to do now is they've got to go back to basics and just say, right, we've got to complete our sets, put Wigan in their own half, make them play out, and get the ball back in good territory and just go from there.
Yeah, unfortunately we haven't been in Wigan's half for the past 3 or 4 minutes. It has all been concentrated in our quarter, so we've got to get the ball back and start playing a bit more. But as you said, Rob, get back to basics. I know it's the first hit out and everybody will be a bit ring rusty, same as everything as we're saying is a bit ring rusty, so we're just awaiting this. Sample attempting this conversion from this side, a bit closer for him, so it looks like it's going to be 10-0 to Wigan with this conversion, unless I can jinx him and the ball drifts to the left or right of the post and not through the middle. But unfortunately it goes straight over the middle, so it's 10-0 at the moment.
So this different looking Wigan side, we'll call it, is 10-0 to the good at the minute. I'm trying to describe how Leigh must be thinking at the minute, to think why we're behind at the minute. And the only thing I can be thinking of, it's the first match with them all together. They're not used to playing with some of the names, but they have been training with each other. Maybe the cold air's getting to a few of them.
Well, yeah, it's possible, but hopefully it's going to get a bit warmer out there, and we can start converting some chances and putting Wigan under some pressure.
As Ben Flowers stopped just outside his own 10 metres. Here comes Joe Bretherton now. He's stopped quickly by Martin Ridyard and Willie Tonga. Gelling with a hop, step and a jump. He's going to be brought down just by Andrew Dixon and Martin Ridyard. Wigan still in their own half, moving up to the 30 metre line. They spin it left, and Talima Tawatai takes it into tackle. He's halted by 3. Leigh Centurions players, and a penalty for the Wigan Warriors there.
And that's the first one at just over 13 minutes into the game. Penalised for, was it holding down, holding the shirt, or?
I think it was something along the lines of that, but Liam Kay with his best attempts doesn't quite keep the ball in play. And it's going to be Anthony Gelling to get us restarted inside Leigh's 30 metre line as Powell sends it left, and Ben Flower is met by a hard charging Fui Moi Moi, and there's a pats all round, and I think, was it a knock on?
No, he's penalised for the eye shot.
Oh,
that's the second penalty in quick succession for Wigan.
So is it, I hate to say it, but is it the old cliche penalty try? I hope not.
So do I, but anyway, Sampo restarts.
And I think we might be able to bring Kieran in, because he's been quiet on that left edge.
Just like to remind the listeners that I am alive and I'm still here. We had a bit of technical difficulty with the camera and so on, so
I think we've got to remind people that we're here all round, because there hasn't been a lot that people's been able to hear, but that's what you get when you're on technicals. As Wigan have cut Leigh open again down the right hand side, handing the ball off, and Liam Marshall goes in for his second try. Sailed over on the right hand side, lovely interplay between the back line, real intricate little passes then, weren't they?
Yeah there was, and it just opened us up, and I can see a few choice words being exchanged between the boys in red shirts, so we're going to have to get something sorted out.
Seems that it's not just our equipment that's a bit rusty. The team looks a bit rusty at the minute, but you can't give him field position. I know it's a majority of this Wigan team is the under-19s, but they have got quality, or else they wouldn't be playing for the Wigan under-19s. So you can't give him the field position, like Rob said. Penalty try, and they've punished Leigh so far, and got quite a big lead going on. And Leigh need the next try, in my opinion.
Yeah, we're only 15 minutes in. It seems to have been a long 15 minutes, whether it's because we're not being enthused and shown something by Leigh yet. Wigan just seem to be throttling us. Just everything is in Wigan's favour at the moment. So you can see that the messages are coming on. We've got Simon Finnegan, and I think that's Paul Wood running on as well, with various messages from Paul Rowley to try and instill some urgency into the Leigh squad.
Yeah, I think the message coming off the bench will be, come on, let's play our game, let's play our basics, let's complete sets, and let's stop Wigan from getting this ball shifting around, because that's what they're doing. They're dragging in 3 or 4 Leigh defenders, and then they're just shifting the ball wide.
Yeah, so Sampaio attempts a second touchline conversion. This probably might be on his best side. So he's kicked 2 out of 3 at the moment.
If he gets this one, he'll kick 2 out of 3.
So Powell sends it goalward, but it's just wide. Drifted off in the last few metres there, didn't it?
Yeah, he just seemed to just drift to the left, upright, and then...
Scoreline still 14 points to 0 in favour of Wigan. 3 tries from the Warriors, all scored by the Wideman.
Yeah, the first try was a gift, but those other 2 tries was created, as Rob said, by quick hands and exposing Leigh's defence. Frailties, which is not a word that we've been used to saying about our defence.
So Tautai charging up beyond his own 20-metre line for Wigan. He'll play it to Waterworth. Waterworth again puts it down the right-hand side and uses Willie Isa, who's trapped just over his own 30-metre line, 20 metres in from the touchline. Across the middle it comes now. I tell you what, this Wigan side really are starting to link up play really nicely through the middle, aren't they?
Yeah, I think, talking to a few people who are around on the backroom staff at Wigan, they've been trying to throw a few new moves together, change a few things up. And Sean Wayne is saying he wants a move which is almost undefendable, which any team would want. So, that's got to be something to look out for. But it'd be nice to see how quick other teams can pick up that and start putting that into their game.
Tell you what, our referee isn't really looking out for high tackles. Tautai didn't half clunk Adam Hickson with one down.
Yeah, it was a bit high, and Adam's not a small guy, so we get a high shot round him. That Tautai was certainly looking for him.
Leigh still inside their own 40-metre line. Ridyard coming across right, linking with Rangi Chase. Rangi puts it out, and it's a well-taken pass in the end from Greg Worthington. He had to stop almost dead in his tracks, didn't he, to get hold of it.
It's moves like that where you normally see last year with Leigh, as they get a penalty now. Those kind of moves where they whip it wide stuck last season. I don't know, and it's not last season anymore, but when they start clicking this new team and the new signings, they will pull off moves like that and will lead to try scoring opportunities.
Let's hope we can get like Wigan did, penalty try.
So Martin Ridyard kicks that ball out of the stadium. There's a lucky souvenir for anybody walking past the front.
Or a black eye. Forward comes Leigh in Gareth Hock. I'm sure he's given a few black eyes in his time as well, but he's 20 metres away from the try line over on the right hand side. Now Harrison Hansen takes the battle forward for the Centurions. Stop 15 metres out, the meat in the Wigan sandwich there. First time that Leigh have really put any attacking pressure on us. Hock takes it on the right hand side again.
Well, those last 3 drives have been by people who know this Wigan defence and know how fast it goes up, and they've both done well to make yards. As Hansen finds Moi.
Yeah, Moi was on the charge, but he's caught 2 metres from that try line. Wrapped up by 3. Hyam scoops it left. Chase plays out the back. Ridyard has dropped it though, unfortunately. And Wigan have picked it up, and Tierney darted away to pick up 5 metres.
Yeah, poor end to that set of 6 there. We could have done with either scoring a try, getting a repeat set, but as you said, Dave, Martin Ridyard, again, as Rob said, somebody charging at you, take your eye off the ball, and knock-on was there.
But there's a knock-on from Wigan now.
And a knock-on from Leigh as well.
Knock-ons everywhere. That pass then to Martin Ridyard wasn't the best from Rangi Chase. You'd probably expect better from a player of his quality. It was right up by his head. Ridyard wants that to his chest, so he can, as soon as he gets it, he can fire off the pass that he wants. And Liam Kay was screaming for it in this corner. So
yeah, you're right there, Kieran. You want it to your hands that are waiting out for you, but in weather like this, you've got to stand maybe a little bit closer, maybe give yourself a yard or 2 closer, because your hands will be, even though they don't feel cold, they'll be a little bit colder.
Yeah.
And you've really got to really think about how you're going to catch that ball. There's a lot more mental preparation to playing in this cold weather.
It's easier said than done.
A lot easier. As Greg Worthington takes it in now, he's met by Tautai. In fact, he's met by 3 Wigan defenders: Isa, Tautai and Powell. Mickey Hyam waiting at dummy half, just inside the 20 metre. As Fufu Moi charges forward now, but he's met again by 3 Wiganers. Hyam marshalling his troops, and Wigan get another penalty. Leigh gets a penalty.
That's 2 each at the moment, penalties, in the 20th, 20 and a half minutes gone. So a bit of pressure for Leigh here, so we can capitalise and get some points on the board.
That's what they need to do, Joe, because Wigan have capitalised on their penalties, so
Unfortunately, though, you don't want to be sending your half back into contact like that. But Gareth thought maybe should have taken that himself as Moy crashes on.
Knocking on the door though, the Centurions now, 2 metres out. Ball is a bit of a scrappy one, but finds Ridyard, who then fires a kick through the line. It's well fielded by the 2-try winger. Marshall did well to get back and drop on it.
Marshall did well to marshal that ball.
That's better from Leigh though, isn't it? Force and repeat set, like Joe said. If you can't score a try, you want the next best thing, and that's another set of 6 on your opposition's 20-30 metre line. So let's hope Leigh can build a bit of a momentum up here.
Well, Tonga definitely knew what he was doing there. He wasn't going for the ball, he was making sure Marshall had to collect it in the field of play and then forced him back for a goal line dropout. That's a thumping effort from Wigan. We went backwards from Rangi Chase. It looked like a knock on. There was a lot of appeals, and Fufu Moimo will now settle it down just inside the Wigan 40-metre line.
Yeah, I think they could have been a judge to have gone for it, even though he was facing his own post. I think a lucky let-off, but Gareth creates a bit of half a gap there, gets the ball away to Mickey Isle.
Well, gives us an extra 10 metres as Harrison Hansen waits at dummy half, finds Rangi Chase. He fires it out the back to Martin Ridyard, who finds Greg McNally. Tonga looking down the left here, Liam Kay slides in the corner. Ben Taylor's happy with it, and he gives the try for Leigh Centurions.
It was a beautiful try down that left-hand side. Again, we've seen that move so often, haven't we, from the Centurions, where the ball comes across down that left-hand side, and away we go.
Yeah, just Liam Cage picking up from where he left off last season, but I think that was created by the offload, the broken line, Wigan line, Mickey Isle off Gareth Hawke, and then Harrison Hansen dropped in acting halfback. Quick hands from Rangi Chase to Martin Ridyard, and again we have Greg McNally. As we said last season, Dave, how many tries did Greg McNally assist in is unbelievable. So yeah, just the response for us. 23 minutes in, Liam Case first try. Martin Ridyard will be attempting this real touchline conversion. Can't get any closer to the touchline than what he is. So Wigan regrouping, and the message is coming on from the Wigan coaching staff for a change.
Well, it's a nice finish that from Liam Kay as well. He knew that the ground's wet and it's damp. There's it has been snowing, so the ground will be greasy. And he knew if he got down low and got down early, he would slide that extra metre, and he used that to his advantage, and just managed to slide over the try line before Marshall got him into touch. And Martin Ridyard is actually unsuccessful with his first attempt at goal. So the score now is Wigan Warriors 14, Leigh Centurions 4.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Rob, even though you said about the wet conditions, the pitch might look a bit soft, but it does look in fantastic condition, even though we do have the round ball being played on it on a regular basis. I think there's a game here again tomorrow night. Anybody who is interested in that shaped ball?
I don't think there's anyone interested in that apart from me, to be honest, Joe. That shaped ball.
But does our friend who's working on the other side, Drew, does he not get involved in?
Yeah, he actually supports the same team as me.
It's a shame that.
It is. Someone has to, don't they?
And a penalty now for Leigh Centurions.
I was just going to say that it's the first time we've seen a link up between Willie Tonga and Liam Kay for that try there. We know Liam had a really good partnership with Tom Armstrong last season. They were almost telepathic in the way they played, especially the first half of the season. So if he can get anywhere near a partnership with Tonga, who's a quality centre, then we're in for a real treat down this left side.
Yeah, Tom Armstrong is one of the substitutes, so it has given us some real competition there. You said Greg Worthington's playing on the other side, one of the unsung heroes. Unfortunately, one of the other centres.
As Leigh get another penalty there for a high shot on Dane Weston.
Yeah.
Again, you must have to jump up to get a high shot on Dane Weston.
yeah, I was saying Mateus Pala is one of the lads who's recovering from a slight operation, along with, we know that Ryan Briley injured his ankle, and Jake Emmett's another one who's missing after recovering from.
Well, Jake Emmett sat to our right with his hood up. I think he's feeling the cold of it.
Oh, is that what he is? So, yeah, he again is recovering from a minor operation. Well, good ball again there. Just goes to ground. Greg McNally recovers from Rangi Chase. He's not got his not got his eye in yet, Rangi, has he?
No, I think McNally thought it was going to go, to the gap where I think it was Patterson or Hanson was going through. But Leigh now are just 20 metres away from the Wigan line as the ball finds Dane Weston, who crashes it in. Buys Leigh an extra 10 metres. Mickey Iron looks to go left but shapes right. The ball to Ridyard to Chase over the top. Higson. Taylor looks like he's given it, and he has given it.
He has given it, yeah. Good ball there, and he did really well there, did Adam Higson. He 2 or 3 green-shirted Wiganers, but he used his strength to get in, and we've had a couple of substitutions there, Dane Weston and Sam Hopkins on the field. Sam was one of the dummy runners, and it created the space as Wigan did against Leigh. Leigh have now returned the favour, and we're back on the score sheet again. Good stuff.
Rangi's got his eye in there, Joe. A great miss out pass there, and you're not stopping Adam Higson from that distance out. He's a big unit, and he steps inside and then crashes over his way, and Leigh are right back in this game.
Yeah, 27 minutes in, so we're getting right together, slow but sure.
Try score for the Centurions, number 2, Adam Higson. What's by Kate Garlington?
What's he doing? Is it just not? He just keeps flicking on and off, but it's not been on at all for the last 5 minutes.
Again, our coaching staff having some few problems. We've got one of the ex-Leigh players here, Steve Maiden, stood on my shoulder. What an honour it was to watch him, grey hair and all.
Well, you talk about one touchline conversion and then another touchline conversion. I think Martin Ridyard's done the 2 extremes now. He's been far left and now he's far right, trying to get Leigh Centurions back into this game, and it's a good kick, and it's a successful kick as well.
So it's put Leigh back in with a chance really in this game, hasn't it?
It's brought the score back up to 14-10 in favour of the Wigan Warriors at the minute.
And do you know what helped that cause? They gave 2 penalties away, one at the back of the other Wigan, and Sean Wayne won't be happy with that, but as you said before, Rob, penalty try, and those penalties kept us encamped in the Wigan half, and as Kieran said, Rangi Chase got his eye in and give a good ball out to Adam Higson.
I don't care how good your team is, what level you play at on a regular basis. If you give away 2 soft penalties, you're going to put yourself in a hard position to play. As Leigh come firing down the left here with Tonga, gives it to Liam Kay. With a no-look pass back inside, straight to Anthony Gellin, unfortunately.
He fancied himself on the outside there, Liam Kay. We know he's quick, but fair play to Liam Marshall, matched him all the way, forced him to that error, else he would have gone into touch, and then Gellin's intercepted, and we're going to have possession back, and they're approaching their own 40-metre line.
Well, Marshall there, he's always got the angle on him. He's done well, like you said, because we know how good Liam Kay is, and Wigan have got to now force their way out of their own half and get into Leigh, because Leigh, I think at the minute, the tails are up, and they know they can play good rugby.
Wigan now coming over the halfway line. Good little interplay there. Now it's spun out to the right hand side where Powell lines it up for Tierney again, who's not between defenders. He's quick once he gets going, and he's 30 metres away from the try line where he's caught. A chase back tackle from Martin Ridyard. Long ball to the middle, finds Powell again. He gets it out to no one in particular. Eventually it's scooped up, picked up, and a one-handed offload finds Charnley. Charnley tries to get it inside, but the tackling came up on him. Last one signal of this set. Ball comes to the middle once more. It's Gregson. Good low kick.
Good positioning from Mickey Iron there.
Really well taken there by Mickey, wasn't it?
He saw what they were going to do. They were going to fire and force the grubber through. And Mickey Iron wins a penalty as well after all his hard work handling in the rock, and that's unnecessary penalty from Wigan, and it's going to relieve the pressure off Leigh's line, as I think Bob Bezic now is going to come on to start his season with Leigh Centurions again.
Yeah, Mickey's been appointed the captain, the on-field captain, hasn't he, club captain, but I think also Bob will have a big influence on the game and the season, of course. Corey Patterson has also been named as one of the captains, and Harrison Hanson. They've got 2 or 3 captains, haven't they, because Mickey can't be on the field every game for 80 minutes.
That's a good run from Bob Bezic to his first play of the ball.
We've also got Lewis Foster, haven't we, the other hooker on the bench.
Chase now letting his 9 get back into the fray, and Bezic finds Patterson gives it round the back to Ridgard finds McNally. Tonga, who's going to have to take it in against Anthony Gelling on this side, couldn't quite get the pass away to Liam Kay. Kay waiting at dummy half, goes down the blind side. Not sure whether the Wigan defence was square there, but he's caught 5 metres away from the Wigan line on the last tackle. Bezic now finds the ball to Martin Ridgard, who hoists the kick in, and I think it's come up for these Centurions.
It was a great kick, first of all.
It was
both ways. It's going to be a drop out from under the post.
I was just looking what Ben Thaler was doing then. They call him Martin Thaler. What Ben Thaler was doing there, and I think he said first knock on was Wigan, and then Leigh couldn't quite ground the ball, I
think a Wigan player did. Yeah. His first signal did actually ground the ball, but then he lost it. So yeah, some more pressure and a repeat set for us again, which is just what Paul Rowley will have sent the word on. And I think Wigan have tired in these last few minutes. I think they've not got the second win yet.
Is that what you'd expect of the younger players? Because it seems to be some of the younger players that have just dropped off a little bit.
Well, yeah, it's the intensity of the game, isn't it? It's all right being a first team player at any level, but you've got to match that, as Rob and Kieran have said, the 19 squad, so they don't play that intensity as what Wigan or Leeds first team does.
And Joe was mentioning as well about all the captains Leigh have got this season. They've got bags of experience. They know how to manage themselves throughout a game like this. And like you're saying, the 19s don't really have that experience at this kind of level. Fair enough, they walk it in the 19s, but when you start playing some first teamers like of the quality of Hanson and Chase, then it becomes a tough.
Great ball.
That's a fantastic ball, and Corey Parsons crashed over.
Forward pass.
Yeah, I think what you're going off the back of there, when you're at 19 and you're playing against other under 19s, when you go out and score 3 quick tries like Wigan have done, the mentality of the under 19s that you're playing against, the Reds will drop. When you're playing against 29, 30, 32, 33 year olds in the likes of Matua and Chase and Hanson, they're not going to let the heads drop like that. What they're going to do is they're going to come back and they're going to play a slightly different style of rugby against you, which you're not expecting, and because you think the game's already dead and buried.
Well, Leigh thought they'd levelled it up there, didn't they? Through Corey Patterson, Randy Chase with a flat ball deemed forward, and Wigan had the scrum down, and the first tackle is on 10 metres, and they bring it forward.
Hard hitting defence.
Yeah, very hard hitting defence.
3 in as Wigan are on their own 20 metres line.
Waterworth fans Mossop. I'll let you take over, Rob.
I was going to say you can have a run if you want.
No, go on.
Penalty there for Wigan, holding down in the tackle. It's just going to relieve a bit of pressure off the Wigan line, which is what Leigh didn't want to do.
It's 5-3 in Leigh's favour at the moment. 33 minutes on the clock, nearly 34 minutes as we are now. 34 minutes in, so with 6 minutes left in this first period and this local friendly.
Centurions could do with just managing to hold the line here, couldn't they? And they're going to have Wigan streaming up from all angles, because that's just what they do as they make the break. It's a good run coming in as well.
Well, they come in waves, don't they? They come in 3 waves. You've got that first wave, the second wave, and then finally the fullback brings his third wave of attack with him.
Great run from Jack Wells, though.
Yeah, it was a very good run.
Is he one of your friends?
No, I don't know Jack. I only know Brevet, and I know Macaulay Davis from seeing him round where
Lovely kick, Powell.
Great clearing up there by McNally.
What a beautiful kick that was from Powell.
It was very good.
Really well placed.
Yeah, he held the ball out in his hand, didn't he? Yeah, and then just dropped it onto his foot. And Greg McNally tidying up because Anthony Gelling was steaming onto that one.
It's this age-old question now at the minute. Where does Powell play? Is he a 9? Is he a 6? Is he a 7? I honestly think he's a 6 because he's got that ability to attract players towards him. And if you don't go to him, he'll go through the line on his own. And if you do go to him, he'll find a pass that will unlock your defence. As Wigan bring it back now, but the run of Kyle Shelford is blocked by Dane Weston and Corey Patterson, 2 big names that you don't really want to be running into.
Tell you what though, he's a big player, charging his way forward there, number 15 for Wigan.
It's Leigh Mossop, isn't it?
That's what you'd expect.
Leigh Mossop, big Cumbrian lad.
England international.
Yeah.
Big Cumbrian lad will be used to this kind of weather.
This just shows how the quality of Wigan though. How quick have they gone from defence into offence, and now that they're pushing on the lead line. You can't give him the time and space like this. Rob was mentioning about the three waves, what they have. If you've got quality halfbacks like Powell, he's got so many options to pick out.
Hickson screaming on the right there to get to the defence, but
Gone the wrong way though, Wigan.
And that was a little dab kick, which was to nobody in particular. McNally was thankful because had they gone down the left, they were cut open, weren't they?
Well, it was wide open on our right edge.
Hickson was screaming to get to the defence across. A bit of a high shot on Ridgard there, but nothing's given, and he has to take it into the collision. Bezic now, Meissen and his troops, gets the ball to Dixon. Dixon finds.
High tackle on Tom Armstrong.
I think Tom Armstrong didn't really want that as his first touch of the ball.
Yeah, has he gone on in the second row, Tom Armstrong, or not? Or has he gone?
I think he has.
Has he gone? No, he's gone centre over there instead of Greg Worthington.
I think he just come round on the wrap round because Leigh do a lot of wrap round moves, don't they, involving their outside backs.
Yeah, Leigh do like using the using the centre, bring it round, and as we're going to get Bob Bezic to restart the play here.
So Bezic taps and Ridgard sends it right for Patterson onto Chase. Chase finds McNally. McNally over the top, a Hollywood ball out to Hickson. I thought it went forward, to be honest, but Hickson streaming his way down the ground and caught on the 30-metre line, 10 metres in from touch. It goes to Chase in the middle. He runs across a couple of dummies, then puts it out to Ridgard. Ridgard left to McNally, out to Tonga. Tonga's slipping, but gets the ball away to Kay inside the 20-metre line, and he's wrapped up.
Unfortunate that Willie did stumble then, didn't he?
It's Dixon.
There's going to be no nonsense rugby from Dixon. He's just going to crash that up.
Good yards as well. Bezic runs from dummy half, lines it up right. Here's Ridgard passing on for Hopkins, and Hopkins goes over for the Centurions.
Yeah, somebody else off the Wigan team tried to clean Sam Hopkins out, but he's ended up getting cleaned out himself, and Paul Axe on the floor.
Yeah, you don't want to be taking something like that high. It was a standoff actually. Nick Gregson, he's gone for the wild flailing shot on Hopkins and come off very second best there.
We'll talk about Mickey Iron. Sorry, Joe, go on. You go.
I was just going to say that has come from a penalty again. He'll be pulling his hair out, Sean Wayne, if he's got any on his head at the moment.
Can't believe Wigan were 2-0 up in the penalty count as well.
Yeah.
I was just saying that we talk about Mickey Iron, but the impact Bob Bezic has had, that run there and the delayed pass to find Ridgard, and all he's got to do is give it to one of the big forwards, because you're not going to stop Sam Hopkins crashing over from 1 metre out, are you? But
no,
Bezic's he's creating space from dummy half, and I think that's what Leigh lacked a bit, and the play of the ball is a lot quicker from Leigh. Wigan were coming up fast, hitting them with 2-3 men, slowing them right down, but Leigh is starting to get that edge, probably because you were saying about the Wigan players tiring, and Leigh is starting to get over the advantage line and getting to some real dangerous territory where they can punish teams with the quality that they've got.
Well, while we're waiting for the injury to be cleared, and we hope it's a speedy recovery and it's not a bad injury at the minute, but Ridgard does have the chance to let Leigh go into the break in the lead.
Yeah, we're in the last minute now.
Which when you would have looked at it when Wigan scored them quick tries in the first 20 minutes, you'd have thought, oh no, here we go, this could be bad, but the way that Leigh's bounced back has been absolutely superlative.
Yeah, Paul Rowland and Neil Dukes have just made their way down. They're on the touchline there waiting. So we're in the last minute. The game has been stopped due to the injury of the Wigan player right to the side of the right post.
Right.
That's easy for you to say, Joe.
Bet Jonathan Ross couldn't say it though, with the ruz.
White to the white.
Well, the good news is though, he is back on his feet.
And Martin Widgeard's about to set this goal kick.
And I think it's Gregson, is it, who's going off?
Yeah, it is the half-back, Nick Gregson. He's been linking well with Powell, but it's going to be interesting to see who's going to go into the halves with him.
That's it. Who of the substitutes is a half-back?
I think Carl Shelford can slot in there. I'm not entirely sure.
Nothing else for it. I'm going to have to do it.
Rob's just stripping off. He's got a Wigan kit underneath.
You're stopping where you are, Rob.
We've already lost one to the dark side, and that's true. As Martin Ridgard converts that, and 16-14 to the Leigh Centurions.
I have to agree, Kieran.
Completes the turnaround, and Joe Wood's trusty stopwatch is telling us that we're not too far off the half-time hooter.
Yeah, but I don't control the hooter. I only control this.
I wish you did, Joe. I wish you did, but I'm afraid we don't have that power as Wigan get us back underway. And And Rangi Tracy, he's dropped a few balls today, but the ref says it goes backwards. It did go backwards.
But that's a technique that you've got to do. Taking the ball, stand sideways, and if you feel like you're going to let the ball, turn your body again and just let the ball fall out the back of your body. So then it's always going backwards.
Weston takes the drive. He's over the 20-metre line for Leigh. Next it's Patterson. He's done a heap of work this first half.
Yeah, and he lost the ball then, unfortunately. He was thinking about passing, wasn't he?
I was about to be praising him then as well.
Yeah.
That's what it is. The commentator's curses struck again.
He was kind of caught in two minds, wasn't he? Whether to get rid of it, whether to not. And when your mind's like that, you just drop it. All your body just goes to pot, and you just, you've lost the ball. But it was the right idea, because there was a big gap for someone to be storming into. Maybe you want your Chases or your Ryan Browleys, but obviously he's injured. He'd probably be on the shoulder there. So that is something that I think Patterson will be dangerous with throughout the season. We saw Sam Barlow last year in the loose forward position. He was very, very good at that.
So Wigan in possession from the base of this scrum.
Tonga shut down Gelling there nicely to make him lose yards. There's Marshall, two-time try scorer already in this match. He's wrestled to the ground by Weston and Ridyard.
He's impressed me so far as that young winger.
He has, yeah.
Josh Ganson finds some support in the middle, and charging forward now is Kyle Shelford towards the 20-metre line. He goes again, does Ganson, passes to the left-hand side to Mossop. Mossop gets within 10 of the try line. He's building here for Wigan, you get the feeling. It's not like you can't see him coming in that shirt.
Well, that's true. He's
down the right,
up a bit gingerly, but he's been replaced.
Ryan Sutton.
Ryan Sutton's a very impressive forward, especially seeing as he's only going to be 9.
Oh, lovely kick from Powell. It's in behind the posts. Just a bit too deep.
Yeah, what I was going to say there is Ryan Sutton last year, when he broke onto the scene at 19, he had that storming match against Widnes and, give Kevin Brown a bit of whiplash with a big hit on him. But I think he's going to be one of them who grows into an even better prop forward the more he plays.
So Leigh with the tap on the 20-metre line. Bezic sends it right, uses Chase. Chase puts it out the back to McNally. McNally wrapped up by 3, but still manages to eke out a couple of extra metres, doesn't he?
I was just laughing there. Adam Mixon went for the quick tap, but took it on the end of the 18-yard box for the football markings.
Forward comes Hopkins, last try scorer for the Centurions. Approaching half-time. Centurions up by 16-14. There's Patterson.
Patterson looked like he was brought down by his head there, but Ben Thaler again keeps his whistle firmly in his hand.
There's been a few of those high tacklers, hasn't there? As Ridyard kicks, it comes off Powell, and Powell gets half cleaned out via the knees of Weston, who limps away.
Looks like a little bit of a dead leg that for Dane Weston, the way he was trying to run away, but he's gone into backfield now.
Gelling plays the ball inside the Leigh half. They come down the right hand side again to Wigan. There's Jack Wells. He's had a couple of impressive runs since he's gone on the field.
Yeah, he is moving himself around the pitch very well. He's asserting himself very well in Sean Wayne's side.
Josh Ganson passes to the middle and picks up Powell. Powell fires it out to Leigh Matautai. He was never comfortable with that. Leigh playing on the 0 tackle. It's with Tom Armstrong. He whips it to the right hand side to Adam Mixon, who's such a big unit that he can't do anything but try and take him high, to be honest.
That's
the only way
there's two big lads. Tom Armstrong is a very tall lad as well, isn't he?
And the whistle goes to bring an end to the first half. And gentlemen, give us a round up.
Yeah, well, Wigan started a lot better and was a lot more consistent with the play. I think the big influence was the amount of penalties. We gave them 2 penalties, as Rob will probably say, penalty try, which is what happened. All right, we gifted the first try from Greg McNally, passing to the invisible man, but the last 20 minutes I think Leigh was definitely on top, and it's been a big influence. Again, the penalties, 6-3 in the first half.
Yeah,
I have to agree, yeah. Go on, Rob, you give you a summary.
I think Wigan have come out the blocks in typical Wigan fashion, fast, ferocious, as hard as they possibly can, and they were gifted a try for Josh Charnley, but Marshall's been very impressive down this right hand side. He's shepherded Liam Kay towards the touchline a few times. He's been beaten by Liam Kay once, and he's got his 2 tries, but then Leigh, the way that they've come back, they've used that experience. Patterson, Hansen, Tonga, Ridyard have really started using their heads and really understood this game and how it's going to be won, and have broken the Wigan youngsters down very, very fast.
So Leigh have the advantage. It's 16-14 at half time. Adam Mixon, Liam Kay and Sam Hopkins with the tries for Leigh. A try for Josh Charnley, 2 for Liam Marshall, and it's 16-14 here. Join us for second half coverage. Hello and welcome back to second half coverage via Leigh Centurions TV and hopefully now via mixler.com/Leigh Centurions. We had lots and lots of issues in that first half, not so much in defence in the first 20-25 minutes when Leigh shipped in 3 tries. They managed to put it right over the second 20 and they find themselves in front by 16 points to 14. I'm Dave Parkinson. I'm joined once again by Rob Lee, Joe Wood and Kieran Makin, who did an admirable job as I was trying to put wires in the right holes and everything like that. But away. Oh, I was just going to say away we go for the second half, but there's a Wigan player who's just crept on and Leigh were ready for kicking off.
It's always going to be, if you're wondering what Wigan player is either late or doing something silly, it's going to be Anthony Gelling. And it was.
Did he ride his bike here today?
Probably. As Wigan are going to get it going, and it's going to be Ryan Sutton who takes the first drive in and runs straight at Dane Weston. So, like you said, Kieran, it did look like a bit of a dead leg, and he's shaking it off. Yeah,
he looked like he was running in the mud, wasn't he, before when he was trying to get back up. But fair play, he looks like a big hard unit, doesn't he? I wouldn't mess with him. So a bit of a dead leg's not going to really suffer him.
But Tilly Matautai took the second tackle in, and Wigan are now just putting the third attack in.
That was Kyle Shelford with the last run.
Well, I noticed that at half time as he takes in for the 4th tackle, Tautai.
Tautai's lost it
and knocks on. He was doing a half-time fitness test with the physio at Wigan, so it'd be interesting to see how long he lasts.
Maybe that's something that Leigh could work on if somebody else has spotted it on the coaching staff, that is. Here's Weston, good run from him up to the 30-metre line, filling the boots of Ollie Wilkes this season.
They're not small boots to fill them.
They're not small boots though. Here's Bezic, works a little intricate move with Chase, who takes it down the left hand side for a runner, and Leigh 22 metres away from the try line. Bezic will run again, this time for the middle, lines it up for Ridyard, who fires it out the back to no one in particular. It's going to be intercepted here and kicked forward by Wigan towards the halfway line. Chasing down, they go for it and it bounces off everybody. And he's still out in the backfield. Where's your decision going here? I think it's a Leigh put-in, but he's giving it to Wigan.
I would have said it was a Leigh put-in as well, and Corey Patterson doesn't look in great stead, and there's going to be a little meeting here between Ben Thaler and his touch judge on this side.
Yeah, it's Mr. Kendall on this side, isn't it? He's gone the other way. He's gone Leigh's way.
You'll mark that on the calendar.
Hey, so that... that was I actually got a call right. I can't believe it. Everything else has gone wrong today, but there's a right call.
Good, yeah.
That's why they had the meeting, Dave. They went, hang on, I just heard Dave Parkinson up on the gantry there. He said it's a Leigh ball. No, no, fair enough.
I wish that my influence in rugby league was that great, to be honest. There's a bit of running repairs being done to a Leigh man who's down. Can you spot who that is?
It's Corey Patterson.
Corey Patterson.
Well, just a quick note on that hack through, and you know, I said in the first half that I'd hope Josh Chandler got a bit trimmer, got a bit faster. I don't think my pros have been answered just yet.
He looked as though he was going to pull away, and then
he didn't.
He just slowed down. But yeah, he used to be one of the quickest wingers in the Super League, and then he filled out quite a bit, and now he's carrying a bit of muscle. He's lost quite a bit of pace.
This is a loss for the Centurions. Patterson is helped from the field. Spencer's gone on in his place. Meanwhile, Leigh attacking from the base of the scrum and whizzing it out to the left-hand side, where Liam Kay has to dance in field. But he's danced right into a 3-man challenge, and eventually they'll work him down to the floor.
It always amazes me with Liam Kay. He's not exactly the biggest built winger, and he's not bothered to throw his body in against prop forwards.
He's certainly motoring down that left-hand side and winning in a further penalty. Tom Armstrong has looked really incisive since he's come on.
He has, yeah. And I think the Gremlins have stuck with our stopwatch, David. Well, it's not working correctly, so it's no good trying to start it now, is it?
Let's have a look. There you go. It's been going for 3.5 minutes.
Oh, there we go. Gremlins resolved.
Gremlins and all. We're all getting them.
Tom Spencer takes.
Oh, good yard off Spencer there. Another Wigan ex-player.
And it was Sam Powell who got him down, and the ball's fired behind the back to Ridyard, who finds Rangi Chase.
Red ball outside. Adam McMahon, he dropped it. Oh dear my.
I think the forward pass has already been getting.
Yeah, I think he had. Yeah.
Josh Chandler was off for the races there. He thought he could go the length of the pitch.
Oh, I tell you what though, Leigh were looking dangerous coming out down that right hand side then, weren't they?
Yeah.
I can always tell because you get excited, Joe. And I'm always a little bit worried about you.
I just watching Rangi then, he's just done his forfeit, he's just done 10 press up for a bad pass.
What about Tom Spencer there though? Oh, the power. I've always been a fan of him. I didn't think he got as much game time as he possibly should have done last season. But with runs like that, he's not only showing what they got rid of, but what kind of threat he could be for Leigh this season.
And straight away Charnley's into the action for Wigan from the base of that scrum, and Leigh dancing with him. Former teammate there in Hopkins tackling him. And again, they seem to have got the bit between the teeth now, Leigh, don't they, with this defence? They seem to have sorted it. Or am I touching wood too early? I am.
Ball,
Charnley's got it down the left-hand side and he's making inroads and he's offloaded infield. They're coming downfield at Wigan. It's an amazing breakout try. And it is going to be a try for Tierney. Tierney finishes it off.
Well,
what a good bit of running from Gabriel Fell as well, though.
Yeah, he did, but there were at one point there where I think it was Liam Paisley was running on the inside. He seemed to just be shepherding Sam Hopkins out, and I was just like, oh, don't carry on, mate, because you'll give away a penalty here and stop a try. But you know, Sam Hopkins, bless him, I don't think he was ever going to get across to make that tackle on Lewis Tierney.
I think I'm going to shut up now because I was just praising that Leigh defence and there was the breakout.
You
try.
may as well have made Gabe Fell's pass to Lewis Tierney the way you've gone about it there.
Hey, I tell you what, he didn't hang around though, Gabriel Fell, did he?
I love it though. I love how Charnley was only broke away, and then I've just looked then, all the team was celebrating in the corner of Wigan and Charnley was still up here on the halfway line. He made his pass and he went, that's me done for today.
Sometimes you've got to wave them on your way from the halfway line.
Oh no, he's picked up a bit of a knock by the looks of things.
He seemed to be stretching a bit, whether he's got a knock in his back or whatever.
I've done it enough times where when somebody faster than your breaks and then you're out, they're going to score, you can wave them on the way from the halfway line.
Yeah, so that pushes the score out to Leigh Centurion 16, Wigan Warriors 18, with his kick to come from Mr. Powell. Let's hope he's left his kicking boots in the dressing room.
Well, he's 1 from 3 at the minute.
I'm loving these stats, gentlemen. Keep them coming.
Yeah, we'll try.
Starters we mean to go on, Dave, with the statistics.
I've trained you well, my Padawan learners.
I like that because the new Star Wars films come out. You put Padawan learners in there.
I did. Chucked it in there.
It's a month today since the Star Wars film came out.
Not just stats, but
puns.
We've got our puns back, haven't we? As Sam Powell lines this one up from the touchline, and he has kicked that over the post. He's first from the touchline, and that is how many, Rob?
That's 2 from 4, 50% record so far.
That's a superb kick as well, I have to admit. There was never any doubt as soon as that left the boot.
It was clean off the boot, and it was straight through the uprights. So that's now 20 points to 16 to the Wigan Warriors.
So Leigh regroup on the halfway line.
Yeah, Martin Ridyard resets and puts it deep into number 14. Is that's
Gabe Fell, who set up the last try.
Yeah.
Probably going through his head there. I've just run that far. Do you have to kick it to them?
So he looks like the halfback who's replaced the unfortunate Nick Gregson, doesn't it?
It does.
Our forward pass comes in from Wigan. And the referee will give a scrum down in Leigh's favour. 20 metres from the try line, Leigh. It's good field position.
Very good field position. 20 metres away from the try line, like you said.
16 points to Leigh, 20 points to Wigan.
Yeah, Rangi Chase went chasing across to give the boys a pat on the back for that tackling and that, because he can see that the potential here from this scrum, but good blind side. Tom Armstrong.
It's a big powerful run again from Tom down the left.
Well, we know how powerful he is from last season. He is as a runner.
Now Dixon handing to his right hand side and picking up Spencer. Spencer's inside the 10. It takes 4 of them to stop him.
Yeah.
Sign of a good prop, that. It's a sign of a good prop.
Don't tell Sean Wayne.
Bezic outright to Ridyard. Ridyard then picks up Harrison Hansen. He's got to the try line, but there's a whole heap of Wigan players there.
There was a gap there. I think really could have gone through that gap on his own, but he
popped it off behind Harrison Hansen. It was a walk.
Bezic at dummy half onto Chase. Chase passing left. Ridyard.
Oh,
Freindly sails in. That's a try for Greg McNally. And
An easy gap. Not an easy try, because Mr. Latham was like us saying easy try. An easy gap for Greg McNally to score his first try of this season.
How well created was it though? It was
quick hands, yeah.
Created a massive overlap there, Lee, and 3 of them could have finished it off in the end, but Greg McNally didn't need to pass it. He just strolled into the gap.
Well, like you said before, Kieran, when they were attacking down the right, they should have come out the back, and maybe Wigan thought, they're going to hit the lead line again, and no, that time straight out the back.
And if at first you don't succeed, try again.
Try again, yeah.
And you get the try.
Hey, see, I told you, puns are coming out now. Second half, we were warming up first half, weren't we? And now we're really bringing some classics out.
Yeah, if at first you don't succeed, try on the board.
And then convert it with 2 points.
Don't give up your day, John, Mr. Parkinson.
No, I'm sorry. I've missed you guys over the last 3 months.
It has felt like a long winter break, if I'm honest. As we know, rugby league is a summer sport, but it's colder now at the start of a rugby league season.
It is at the moment, it's cold, stamping of feet and gloves.
This is why we start off when it's had a big snowfall the night before, but we are one of the few games that has managed to escape the weather.
That is true. Featherstone Salford has been called off.
And Rudyard has missed.
Rudyard missed,
Just as I was saying that Featherstone Salford has called off.
Yeah.
And it's 20 points each.
I was actually talking to Matt Sarsfield 2-3 nights ago, and he was saying,
how's he finding Salford?
He's finding it good at Salford, and he was saying he was hoping to get here which he thought it would be, if the game was off for Featherstone and Salford, and it was. So I hope you are here, Matty Sarsfield, and watching your ex-teammates.
So the game back underway, and Spencer has it for the Centurions, and he's rumbled his way up to the 18-yard box. There is that other code of football being played here, of course.
Yes.
As much as I'll say, as Weston takes the run and offloads, and Leigh playing with a bit of abandonment inside their own 20-metre line, and Tom Armstrong ever so close to the touchline on the 30.
He was, I can see that Tom Armstrong has slotted in as usual left centre, and Willie Tonga's having a breather for this second period.
Penalty to Leigh. Again getting a bit tetchy.
And then on the pitch it gets a little bit tetchy. Like you said, Joe,
Toe tie and Tetchy.
Toe tie's Tetchy.
Might be his middle name.
TTT.
Like you said, Joe, before, it might be called a friendly, but there's no such thing as a friendly in rugby.
20 points each. We're 12 minutes into the second half. Spencer with a big run through the middle again off the penalty. Leigh 40 metres away from the try line. Bezic will take it right and plays it right at the front man, which was Hopkins, and Hopkins, they still not got him down yet. 3 men on him. Great run down the middle.
Nice no-look pass from Bezic.
Puts it left onto Weston. Weston then just plays it to his left again to Spencer, who's having one of those real influential games, isn't he?
Put a bit of injection into it, hasn't he?
Bezic then hurls it left to Dixon. Dixon tries to hold off the defenders, but 2 of them close in.
Everybody on the right-hand side of this pitch is calling for it.
McNally's coming down the right-hand side now. Here's Rudyard, plays it off to Chase. Chase plays it at the front man in Harrison Hansen.
Give a forward pass.
Yeah, I think it was forward, and Hansen dropped it, to be fair, even though Chase followed up to then put a kick in.
It was a bit of a Hollywood pass, wasn't it? He'd have probably been, as Rob said before, probably been better off out the back door using Harrison, or H as he's known within the fraternity.
I'll tell you what, I'm really glad we've got a return of the Hollywood ball. That's something that I've really missed over the last 4 months, and plenty that you'll be able to hear over the course of the season on Leigh Centurion.
I'm sure we'll see some hospital balls as well.
Yeah,
Dave.
We'll see a few Royal Alberts out there.
Oh, I hope not. Not too many of those. Anyway, Wigan in possession, 10 metres, 15 away from their own line now. Play the ball comes in. And then Shelford again. He's had a bit of an influence since he's gone on, hasn't he?
He has been running very hard and very straight lines indeed.
Not the biggest of forwards by any stretch of the imagination. Unlike that one, is that your mate Bretherton?
Is it number 10?
Just carried it up, yeah, I think so.
Well, he's 4 foot taller than everybody else, so it looks like
you'll see in a minute. It might be Jack Wells, that.
Oh, I apologise.
I'm not sure.
Kick comes in.
In fact, while we're talking about Gabe Fell, I know a friend of mine is his friend. So he's a friend of a friend.
A friend of a friend. We've all got ones
We've
like
all
that.
got one of them, haven't we?
Leigh in possession, more importantly, 25 metres away from their own line. Higson wrestling with a player there in Ryan Sutton. Chase has it on the right hand side. Oh, I tell you what,
My eyes had followed that. My eyes had already followed that. I thought he passed it as well. Wigan lucky not to give away a penalty there.
Here's Harrison Hanson, offloads quickly, finds Tom Spencer. Spencer's 40 metres away from his own line as the North Stand finds its voice. Hanson, Super League Tommy Goulden.
Super League Tommy Gould.
Well, I'm just thinking they play a very similar
Yes,
sort of
they-
game,
yeah,
don't
yeah,
they? That's
yeah.
what I was getting at, really. As Dixon comes on the burst there on the left-hand side of Ridyard. Leigh 40 metres away from the try line. Last tackle signal. They're running it. Ridyard onto Spencer, onto Armstrong, who kicks it from the middle. Tierney was all at sea, and he's lost the ball, and it's been dived on by McNally, and the referee hasn't given it just yet.
You're going to scream.
He'd like to go to the screen.
He's going to that imaginary screen.
Knock on.
Oh,
No one is given. I actually thought he'd given a ball steal then, but no.
Well, my first instinct was that was a ball steal actually on the young fullback, but he lost it, and
Yeah, I'd say
it went backwards, and Leigh knocked on.
I say as he reefed it, you could say the direction in which he reefed it is actually could be given as a knock on. So
technicality.
The ball was propelled forward, Rob. Is that what you're trying to say?
yeah,
So he's given a knock on. A ball steal and a knock on a Wigan head and feed, yeah.
10 metres from their own line.
10 metres from their own line.
20 points each, and Wigan set to take possession. Oh, that's a mean-looking tackle.
Harrison Hanson, the former teammates with Anthony Gelling as well. I think the bit's really between Leigh Centurion's teeth now.
Wigan restricted to just 5 metres on that last carry. Restricted to just 6 metres there as Wells hits the turf.
And Sam Hopkins introduces himself well.
There's Tautai, and he's going nowhere either.
It's getting nice and heated, and Gaz Hawk and Jamie Acton are just about to come on for Leigh Centurions. In this kind of atmosphere, that could go one or two ways, really.
Powell got his kick away. McNally got it on the 20 metre line, gets the ball back on the 40. Did a little interplay movement there with Liam Kay. The two of them linked so well last season. McNally complains to the referee. I'm sure that's not the first time we'll hear that this season.
No, the Wigan player did look like he was lying in the the play of the ball area and not really making an attempt to get out of there as well.
Kay up on the halfway line. Foster has it, fires it out the back. Here's Ridyard making a break.
Ridyard did well there. There was not many options on for him. He tucked it under his wing and went for it.
There's Acton. Met well in defence.
Yeah, certainly.
Right.
Well, he's an ex-Wigan player,
Ryan
isn't he?
Sutton,
Jamie?
I think he was, wasn't it?
Yep.
The big impact. Leigh moving play down the left-hand side. Dixon's lost it though. Has that gone backwards?
Referee says no. So, like you said, this is getting very heated now, and
I think we're certainly, both teams have upped the tempo, and I think Tautai started all the heat rising because he had a couple of smacks at the lead player. So
only the heat had risen this way, so we could warm up a bit.
Well, yeah.
No, it never warms up here in this country.
Never, ever, ever, never. Not when it's middle of summer. It doesn't warm up.
So it's another scrum, this time in favour of Wigan. They're just 20 metres away from their own line. Gelling with the first carry. Always a difficult play to stop, and he's charged 10 metres there.
So it's interesting then when they lined up at the scrum. Lewis Tierney wasn't stood in the conventional full-back position. He was actually in the line. So again, it confuses every Wigan fan. What position is Lewis Tierney?
I don't think he knows. Kyle Shelfer with the next carry. Looks a very useful forward. Of that there's no doubt, is there?
Yeah, that's true. Is he one of the Shelfords?
I wondered that, I'll have to find out. Fell's all wrapped up.
set that as a task for one of our junior men here.
I think we should give that as punishment for Drew for going over to the dark side.
Drew, yeah.
Oliver Gildart just tackled the Leigh side of halfway. Last tackle signal, 10 metres in from touch. He comes to the middle and Fell gets his kick away under pressure. It's not a great one, and he's fielded on the bounce by Liam Kay, who brushes away from two.
I think
Outside comes in on him.
I think Oliver Gildart has had a very, very quiet match thus far. Leigh have snuffed him out well, and
Here's Armstrong drifting across field from left to right.
Well, that partnership of Gildart and Charlie might just be the first team partnership for Wigan. I know Oliver Gildart made his debut last season at Warrington, and he ended up playing in the grand final.
Bessie does the run, gets it 48 from his own line. McNally's moved into dummy half now, points out something in the Wigan ranks. Chase kicks it over the top. Lovely kick for Higson. Higson picks it up. It's an awkward bounce. Then Higson tackles his own man just a few away from touch in Harrison Hansen.
It had a red cross on that one.
Worthington with the next carry. High challenge from Tautai.
So he's got to be careful, Tautai. He keeps doing this, he's going to end up in the bin.
One thing I like about Greg Worthington, he doesn't care who's against, Super League side or not. He always steps up his game, and against Wigan, against Warrington Wolves last year in the Challenge Cup, I thought he had an absolutely superlative match and was my man of the match for the game because he never took a backward step.
Tough nugget, isn't he?
Very tough.
So Leigh with the penalty, they've hit it out into touch, and we'll start this attack 22 metres out from the try line. Spencer with the run to clear that 20 metre line. He's still rolling forward as we speak, and still skipping forward, and he's forcing his way to almost to the 10.
It was Gabriel Fell that met him, and he's put in an absolute shift this half.
Lovely ball onto Acton. Acton for the line, and he's got there.
Yes, he got it down in Jamie.
Good play there, Jamie Acton it was, twisted his way over, and it was Acton who started off his professional days at Wigan, and I think he's just shown them what they let go there.
Well, you said it early on, Dave, you're talking Tom Spencer, we're now talking Jamie Acton. Sam Hopkins was another one as the Wigan coaching staff didn't think was good enough to wear the cherry and white of Wigan, and we've got all three of those are proving that they aren't superhuman over in Wigan after all.
Well, you like this little statistic now, Dave. I did a bit of research, looked on your spreadsheet that you gave me, and in 19 appearances last season, Jamie Acton, he scored no tries. This year, he's just scored his first.
It was a great try as well. By the looks of things, it looked as though he met the contact with the ball in his right hand, and he switched it to his left hand within the tackle, and he's ended up grounding it with his left hand with three men on him. Just great hands. And we're talking about Rangy Chase putting his eye in Joe. I think Jamie Acton's just put his eye in there. But yeah,
just to come back at you there, Rob, they always say though, don't they, friendlies don't count, so he's not off the naked run yet.
No, not just yet.
Meanwhile, Martin Ridiana struck the conversion, and the Centurions are in front.
Yeah, and Mr. Tautai's leaving the field of play there. Do you think it's just a normal swap, or do you think Sean Wayne's got a bit fed up with the penalties and misdemeanours he's been creating? So at the moment it's 3 penalties to 0, and I think he's give all 3 away.
I think Sean Wayne is, doesn't like giving away penalties.
Chase has again let the ball go through his hands. It's gone backwards from the restart. Leigh up by 26 points to 20, by the way, if you're just joining us. We had all kinds of issues early on, so too did the Leigh defence, but since we've managed to get sorted out in the second half, we've not done too bad.
No, we've not done too bad at all.
We've all got sorted out. The gremlins seem to have gone away for today.
I hope so. It's Hawk. Good run from him, up to the 30.
He wanted someone on his shoulder there. He had a bit quick call when he was going down to the ground. Where were you lads? That could have been through then.
Another strong run from Tom Spencer. Tell you what, he's getting on for my man of the match at the moment.
He must have a sore back at the minute with the way he's carrying the team.
Here's
Good hands again.
Firing it down the left hand side. Armstrong in full flight, but caught down 30 metres from the try line over on the left. Last tackle signalled. It comes to the middle with Beswick, but he spilled it. What an anticlimax.
The ball was a bit too high for him. He tried to bring it in and got all his hands wrong, but Tom Armstrong went galloping off then, but I got to say, fair play to Sam Powell. He got across and made that tackle.
Maybe the best thing that Leigh could have done is signing Willie Tonga, because I tell you what, Tom Armstrong has gone on that field and he's really meant it every single run today.
Well, yeah, and as I said, we've got Mateus Palo as he's recovering from injury. I just spoke to Jake Emmett during the half-time break. He sat to our right, as we said, and he's hoping to get a run out next week at Warrington.
Forward come Wigan. They got over the halfway line. Good strong running from, was that Willie Icer again? He's won a penalty. Does that an awful lot since they've switched him to the pack, and he's running that middle line. He hits the ground so quickly, he's up in a flash, and he often wins penalties.
Yeah, and like you said, there was speculation whether they're going to play him in the centre, and I really do hope they play him in the second row, because I think he'll be a great menace and really put pressure onto that second row competition at Wigan, along with Joe Tompkins, Liam Farrell being the other choices.
Once again, Ryan Sutton carries Wigan forward, and just 18 metres away from the Leigh line. Waterworth to his right hand side to Icer. A bit of a wild pass, but it's worked in favour of Wigan, who've got the ball all the way out, and it should have been a try.
But I think they're actually going to come back for the head and feed, because I think it touched a Leigh hand as it was going out wide, and it was a free play.
You're right, Liam Paisley it was, who should really have gone on at the corner, but they'll get a second chance at the Leigh line now, will Wigan?
Yeah, he's well spotted, Rob. He's actually gesticulated. That's a big word, gesticulating. He's actually showing it.
This is why we have younger eyes joining mine and yours, Joe. They can see these things. We don't always see it.
No, that's true.
No, I'm just a Wigan fan in my spare time, looking for any excuse.
Don't go admitting that. You can't go admitting that.
I did say in my spare time. It's not all the time.
Well, that's true. You've not got any spare time. That's right.
Exactly. I'm a student, you see. I'm too busy doing assignments.
We can go down the right hand side now in Gelling. Always amazes me how many people it takes to stop Gelling. There's 4 on him then at one point. Inside the 10 go Wigan. Powell releases it for support. There's a bit of a mix up in the
former teammates Hock
former
and Gelling.
teammates all mixing it together, weren't they? Waterworth fires it left. Gabriel fell out to Tierney. Tierney lines it up for Gildart. Oh, the ball's gone loose. It's then popped up for Charnley. He's gone over, but a knock-on has been called.
There was 2 knock-ons from either side, and then just to make sure, Charlie knocked on over the line.
But referee's going to have a word with Gareth Hock
and Anthony Gelling if everything is consistent, he should have a word with Anthony Gelling as well, which he is doing. He's just called him over.
Yeah, well spotted, Rob. That's some more young guys picking that one out, you see.
There's a song that I could start singing, but I won't subject anybody to it.
Dave,
I won't. No, I said I won't. Going to.
Don't do it.
Please don't do it.
Leigh with the button.
Weather's bad enough.
Here's Worthington down that left hand side, drifting across field, gaining about 6 or 7 metres forward, and Leigh winning the penalty because there was 2 men all over Greg Worthington's back.
I think Martin Ridyard's one of the players that's really grown into this game for Leigh.
He's really taken control, hasn't he?
He is, yeah. He's really stepped it up and commanded, I think, because Rangi was not taking the ball so well, and he still hasn't had some kicks, but we've only seen one real flash of brilliance, haven't we, from Rangi Chase, and that was the pass that set up Adam Higson's try. I think if he can get going alongside Martin Ridyard, then it's a real frightening partnership in the half-back.
I tell you what, they've just fired it wide as well. The pass drifted forward off Johnny Pownall's hands, but it was really intricate link-up play then between Lewis Foster, who's gone onto the field as dummy half, Martin Ridyard just running a delayed line. You've got Rangi just outside him, and then it all went a bit awry with Johnny Pownall.
Yeah, Johnny's come on and replaced Greg, hasn't he? So he was slotted into the full-back position,
which I do believe, talking to Paul last year, was what Johnny signed as was a full-back when he was.
I think he played full-back when he played at the junior level, or the 18s.
So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on at full-back, because it'll give Paul Rowling more options with the season about to start.
I think he did play one game in the league last year at full-back. I think McNally was the only game McNally missed.
Yeah, I think he did. I agree with Kieran, he did one.
There is some great tackling on Gelling though, forcing him back 5 metres from point of receiving the ball.
Well, he took some Wigan players to get in and try and stop, but there is Kieran's mate.
Kieran's right.
Joe
he took a big hit there as well as brother, but We'll see how he gets on.
Sit down. Fui my tackle. Wigan trying to forage their way forward through the right hand side, but not getting that far. They're on the halfway line now. And it's Bretherton again, who's wrapped up by 2. Leigh go in and chop him down with the third man, which was my. Waterworth passes right, under pressure, kick comes in, it's only gone as far as Fui my.
Well, it was great pressure from I think
the kick was a nothing kick, wasn't it?
It was great pressure from Foster. I think he got up quickly.
From our outside,
Very quick at that is Lewis Foster.
He looked very sharp in that reserves final we watched last year. I think he was the standout player in the Leigh side in that match, and he looked very sharp.
So Leigh in possession, just the wrong side of the halfway line. They'll make it to the halfway line in the form of Gareth Hock. They're like flies around excrement every time that Hock gets hold of it, isn't they?
I'm glad you said that, Dave.
Excrement. 40 metres away from the try line go the Centurions. Foster runs, offloads to the middle and picks up the last try scorer in Jamie Acton. Acton now 30 away from the line, but they've gone through the set of 6 tackles. Chase punts the ball high. It's put under a lot of pressure there. And Leigh put the Wigan defence under a lot of pressure there. And to be honest, Paisley stood his ground well there.
Yeah, Paisley did stand his ground. It looked solid under that high ball as well.
Ooh, that was a high shot coming on Gelling. How did the referee not pick a penalty from that lot? There were 2 players diving in high. Wigan under real pressure. And that's a tough tackle to concede.
From Lewis Foster as well.
And again, there's no love lost at all. Bodies being left strewn all over the field at the moment as players charge in. Here's Tierney darting forward out to dummy half. Not looking one bit like his dad did coming out to dummy half. His dad is Jason Robinson, by the way, if you didn't know. Lewis Tierney. Not that he's got a lot to live up to or anything, but the kick comes in from Wigan, fielded again by Tom Armstrong, who just looks so at ease with this game.
He's looking slick in this match is the word I'm going to use. He looks like he's taking it all in his
Johnny
stride.
Poynall skips through.
Oh, we nearly had a go Johnny go moment then as he skipped through the middle. Now Foster on the front foot up towards the 20 metre line.
He settles it all back down again for Leigh.
Leigh flooding forward now though. It's looking like they could end up with something from this set.
Fingers crossed as Jamie Acton goes looking for the try line again.
They're setting up to come down this right hand side, Leigh, but they've gone left.
And immediately take it left through Hock. That's just the sort of play that Leigh do so well. They look like they're going to go one way, then switch it the other.
You can see they've got the 2 phases on the right hand side, but they can quite easily switch it left like they've done again here.
And there's Ridyard trying to dance his way over the line and held up 2 metres short.
They did well to get away from that first challenge.
Last tackle signal. Ball
point up
to Rangi Chase. And Rangi Chase misses with his drop goal attempt. So it's back to the 20 metre line where Wigan will come on the attack once again. Yeah,
it's probably a good option there, the 1-pointer, because we're 31 minutes into this second period, so that 1-pointer could have helped, but he didn't have his drop goal boots on then, did he?
What they need to do now, and it's easier said than done again, is not give away a penalty or a succession of penalties.
And they're wrestling with Charnley now. There's 2 players in there. Acton could do with getting out of that tackle, and he did eventually. Now Bretherton wrestled to the floor again. He's still going though.
I reckon he'll use that as a few chat-up lines in the future, having tackled by Fufu, Mai and Harrison Hansen.
Is that what it's like these days?
Great jamming
well in there, Adam Hickson.
He saw the threat and jammed straight in. That was fantastic tackling from Hickson.
It's a good job that he timed his tackle there because he had a 3-man overlap on him. And here's Waterworth, actually starred, for the England Academy team a couple of years ago against the Australian schoolboys.
Is that when they played here, Dave?
It was, yeah. He had a good series, that series. Kick comes in to complete the set from Powell, and Pownall has it, and he's looked dangerous, but he's just offloaded the ball onto Gelling, and Wigan have the ball.
And he's knocked on. So that should be our head and feet, thankfully.
Should be.
He's got away with on there, hasn't he, Johnny? He doesn't need to do that. With the time that's left in the game, they've got the lead, and it's the first tackle. He just needs to take the tackle and then play the ball and let your forwards trundle it up past halfway and then put a good kick in. It just needs to be the basics now, but there's no need to be that flamboyant.
I'm just looking at Joe's trusty stopwatch here. 7 minutes remaining.
Yeah, that's
26,
providing the
20.
Gremlins didn't stop it. But yeah, 33 minutes gone.
Well, Gremlins affected everything else today,
Well, it
so
has, yeah.
it might as well affect the stopwatch.
17 Jamie Acton.
This is a real toughest team battle, isn't it?
It is for sure. And it'll be the same again next week over at Halliwell Jones, won't it?
It will. Hopefully, Gremlins permitting, you'll be able to follow us via mixler.com/Leigh Centurions. But of course, you can save on the Gremlins. Just pay £32.50 a year, and you too can have Leigh Centurions TV. Lots and lots of features coming up over this season.
Yes, indeed.
Hopefully we'll be able to bring you a few more with ideas in the pipeline.
So Leigh taking possession from the base of the scrum. They've got a move ongoing. And Armstrong again forcing his way between defenders off that pass from Rangi Chase, who's decided to take command now, hasn't he? He's calling for the ball every opportunity. He'd have to be about 6'4" halfback.
Well,
He jumps up into the air to collect that pass.
I think that would have gone to Joe Bretherton's chest if he'd have been half back there, but Rangi Chase collects it and sends it on to Dixon, who can't quite wrestle away from the tackle of Powell.
Good run from Dixon though, over the halfway line. And Ridyard offloads to Hopkins,
who's met by 4 again.
Still made good inroads though, didn't he? Leigh 35 metres away from the line, charging through now is Chase. Lovely little pass for Ridyard. That gets pound
Back to
down
one.
by
Back
a
to
Wigan
one.
hand.
Settle it down.
Ridyard passes on to Hanson, and Hanson comes down the right hand side. That's such a sensible run from Hanson. That kept well away from the touchline, gets inside the 20. Weston with the charge now, the Australian. Made a good impact. We thought his game was done when he went off before, but he's come back on to have an impact, and down the right it's moved with Hanson. Lovely pass, by the way, straight to the bread basket by Foster.
Are they going to go for the 1-pointer? Or will they go for glory?
Ridyard out left with Chase.
Oh, great ball.
Further wide.
Oh, no.
Pass was a little bit too intricate, perhaps. And although Liam Kay managed to pick it up, he did.
I don't think we needed that.
Tom Armstrong went for the tip-on pass there.
I don't think we needed. I think he just caught the ball and just
looked up at it.
Simple pass.
I don't think he realised or was aware of how much space he was actually in.
No, possibly so, Kieran, yeah.
Comments coming through on Mixler. Ian McDonald says there's going to be plenty of sore players tonight. I think I agree. I think my voice is going to be sore tomorrow.
Yeah, no doubt they'll be going for a swim after, which is what part of the rehabbers they do. They normally go round to the sports centre and have a quick dip and just stretch off in the pool.
It's great to be back though, isn't it?
Yeah, apart from being cold, Kieran.
Yeah.
Which, how many times have you mentioned that?
You've got to be positive, haven't you? Because if you don't laugh, you cry.
Wigan in possession, 20 metres away from their own line. Bretherton takes another surge at the Leigh defence, but it's not for budging. Waterworthwick's dummy half, it's gone into the middle. Isa, no look pass for support. Once again, Fui Moi comes up with the hit though on Flower. And that's good work on Gabriel Fell. They really did chase him down then.
I'll be interested to see how Flower gets himself into shape this year, because last year when he finally got his fitness up and finally got himself going, I reckon he was one of the best props.
I thought he had a great season, to be honest, when he came back. We all know what happened there before, of course, in the grand final. But Fell releases the pass to Powell, and under pressure he fires a long kick downfield, which just seemed to hang for ages before falling for Johnny Pownall to attack, and he skips, jumps and accelerates his way back at the line.
He had lots of time to think about what he wanted to do there, and
thankfully kept hold of the ball this time.
Yep.
Here's Liam Kay. We see him so often surge forward from dummy half, and he makes good inroads there to the halfway line. Moi now on the surge, 10 metres gained, he's offloaded for Dixon. Dixon does well to escape the clutches of the first tackler, can't escape the second man which came through and bashed him. Foster to the right. Ridyard handing on to Hopkins. Hopkins means business today.
I think Spenner's going to come on and do the last few minutes.
Back on for the last few minutes to replace Fui.
Oh, here's Foster, good work. Then puts it left onto Armstrong, onto Liam Kay.
Great tackle.
Great challenge coming in there. Not quite sure who it was who put the tackle in. Was it Powell?
Powell again.
Great tackle. Chase kicks it over the top, but that's as easy as a pass really for Lewis Tierney.
He wanted to be further toward the touchline, didn't it? So
or higher.
we've not quite seen the best of Rangi Chase today, but I'm sure it will come with time.
It's always difficult when you're a half-back and you're coming into a club where there's a settled half-back already, here at Leigh.
Eze Harper's also come onto the
I'm glad
front.
I was just looking a few minutes before, he was the only one who'd not had any part of the game played, so he is on and aiming to prove.
Scored that spectacular length of the field try against Dewsbury in the Reserves Championship final last year.
If he performs anywhere to the level that Lewis Foster has since he's come on, he won't do half bad.
Oh, good running there from Powell, looking for an offload, but he had no support on the halfway line.
No, he seems to have been doing everything in the second half for the Warriors.
Kick will come in from Tierney, gets away under pressure, and he'll find the touchline as well. Or will he? No, he doesn't. It looked like it was going to trickle over.
Seemed to lose all its pace at once.
I think Liam Kay half believed it was going to trickle over, but then he's running it back with a bit of venom up towards the 20-metre line. It was a veering run. He's probably run about 40 metres, but only gone forward about 10 of those. Eze Harper with his carry. As Rob mentioned, very, very good player in the reserve side over the last couple of years. Scored plenty of tries. And Tom Spencer returned to the field. His first spell was heroic, I think.
I think he's rested his back now and he's ready to go again.
Dane Weston with the charge as well.
Still going forward and gets the offload away.
Gets an offload. It's Ridyard on the support. Finds Chase. Chase charges through and gets inside the 40.
And that's where he likes picking up the ball though, Rangi Chase. He likes picking it up in broken play and really working his magic. As Ridyard fires the ball out to
Harper. He's dropped it.
Unfortunate there for Eze Harper. Cold hands, I think.
Yeah, it was a good ball, well spotted by Martin Ridyard.
We're in the hands of our timekeepers. 40 minutes has just gone now. Sorry, I've pinched your line there, Joe.
No, you've not. You can pinch it any time you want, Dave.
Oh, that's all right then.
We're all friends here. We're all friends.
Says Kieran, the comment he said was derogatory to you, Mr. Parkinson.
Derogatory?
It was.
Joe, have you turned into a dictionary over the winter?
He got one for Christmas.
It was, but I'm a big guy. I can take it.
He's thick-skinned as Dave.
Well, the coaching staff are making the move to our right, so
it suggests that time is up virtually, doesn't it? That
pretty much.
So Wigan in possession, and look at them, as my granddad would have said, the bunching, they're like a bunch of bananas.
Throw a cap over them.
I was just about to say you could throw a blanket over them, but the caps are better.
Tell you what though, they're still trying, and there's Flower just getting beyond his own 40-metre line. He'll play that ball back to Gabriel Felt when he scored that try early in the second half. Wiganers were confident. To be fair, there's not too many of them drifted away though. They mustn't be normal Wiganers. He's a chance here, to be honest, though, for Wigan, the spirit down the right-hand side. Tierney's caught.
So there should be a kick coming from this.
40 metres to go to the try line.
Just drop on it.
Hanson's after it, picks it up, offloads for Foster, and Foster is tackled on the 30-metre line inside the Wigan half. Can Leigh finish with a flourish? Ridyard takes over, fires it right to Chase.
Great kick. Drop on it.
Oh! Just evades him.
And the bounce has deceived and it makes him look destined for corner. But we're just saying, literally, I said we haven't seen Rangi Chase at his best, and Rob's saying he works best when the defence is on the back foot. He's got the ball there, he's seen the defence back pedal, and he slipped in a lovely way kick. That is exactly the kind of things he can pull off. And Adam Higson, if the bounce would have just fell to him like that chicken and stuffing butty did Robin Morrison's, then he'd have scored. But
that's why I didn't see him in Morrison's before the game.
In all seriousness though, what beautiful kick, and I'm sure we'll see more and more of that as Rangi Chase becomes a settled figure in this Leigh side.
Great line.
Here goes Flower over the halfway line, finds some support as well out the back. In Wells, he's well tackled though. Wigan still playing with plenty of fire as the kick comes over the top, but it's well fielded by Johnny Pownall.
Yeah, he was in the right place at the right time, Johnny. Then he saw that all the way, and like you said before, for the kick to Tierney, it was as good as a pass.
Kay releases the pass from the back of the tackle, and Pownall gains another couple of metres. Foster finds some support in Spencer, who gets beyond the 40-metre line. Foster which dummy half again. Oh, that looked miles forward for Hopkins.
Yeah. He nearly passed that to me. It was that far forward.
I thought he was trying to find you, actually, to be honest.
Maybe he was.
Rob. Foster again. That one went backwards on this occasion for Chase. Now Harrison Hansen. This is a completely different right edge, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So Foster fires the ball into the middle, and the kick will come in from Bob
Go for a
Bezic.
drop goal then.
Spiralling punt. Spilled by Paisley. Ball's gone loose. Tierney's dropped
I
on
was
it.
just about to say they should have found touch with the kick and kept the clock ticking over, but what do I know? Bob Bezic puts it high, forces a knock on, and on Wigan's 10, and Leigh can wrap it up here.
The thing is, with the back three that Wigan have got, I wouldn't really trust many of them under an eyeball.
We're almost 4 minutes over, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. We've not really had any stoppages, have we?
Nothing really.
Set it up for the 1 pointer, I say. Put it in, no doubt.
Who do you think you are, Steve-O?
I think he wants his job at the end of the year.
I'm better than Steve-O.
We don't want any of that Steve-O malarkey here in this commentary box. By
Would you disagree with me from this position?
I do.
No, I'd have a set of 6 down here.
Just play the 6.
Play it out.
I'd have a try.
It's out with Chase. Chase fires it out to Pownall. Pownall drifts right. He'll be tackled on the 10-metre line.
Parnell gained an extra 2 metres just by making the defence think, should he come in and tackle?
Oh, the ball's gone loose. Somebody needs to drop on it. And the hooter will sound. And Leigh have done it. They have been victorious again in this pre-season friendly against Wigan by 26 points to 20. Joe, your thoughts?
Well, it's hard to put into words, Dave. I think it's been a good run out for us. Paul Rowley and his coaching staff have got a lot to look at if they can see anything on the video and all that because of all the gremlins. But yeah, it's been a worthwhile exercise for both teams, and I think as Kieran alluded to at the beginning in the first half, we was a bit ring rusty, but we picked up, and I think we've been better team overall, and you can be quietly satisfied for the first run out.
Now we're going to bring something new in, aren't we, for this particular season, and we talked about it.
Yes.
And it was we're going to give a man of the match award every single game.
Yeah.
This is in memory of Tommy Sale, and we're going to be doing this throughout the course of the season. So, your Leigh Centurions TV man of the match, Mr. Wood.
Leigh Centurions TV man of the match, I would give to Liam Kerr.
Okay, you heard it here first. So Liam Kay gets that nod. We've seen second half tries from the Centurions by Greg McNally and Jamie Acton. We saw Wigan also hit the front first of all early on in the second half with a try from Lewis Tierney after that great run from Gabriel Fell. And once again, it's been a delight bringing you this coverage. Final words.
I think that's final words for me. It's just going to be a solid performance from Leigh Centurions, given the changes that have been made and the fact that they've not played for nearly 3 months. We're giving them extra 2 months off there, but yeah, they've brought in the new players, and I think they've it took them a few minutes to find the feet, but once they did, they were very, very impressive.
And that's nice to see there, Dave. Whether they're going to do a warm down, but Ryan Briley's just done 3 lengths of the field here now, so he can't be far away from being fit. He looks as though he's running pretty freely. I see Paul Wood's got something set up here as he's going to give with the players, some cones down. So see all the players are gathered there in the middle. They'll go to the spectators, and then whether they're going to do a warm down exercise in front of us, but I'm happy with that.
It's nice to see the South Stand have some raptures from the crowd as well.
It's cold, isn't it? It's cold. So shall we wrap up? Yeah. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for listening. At Mixella, Leigh Centurions 26, Wigan Warriors 20.